So let me show you the visibility using actual program. So animal class is being defined. So I have a four member variables. The same is true for member methods. For simplicity, I have defined the four member variables. So private is called n private, protected n protected, public is n public, and then without any of those keywords, it's called n package. So we have a four visibility in Java. Let's see how it works. So animal class is inside any package at this moment, but on the top of the project, I have a main class. So in the main class, let's create the animal object, a new animal object. Animal object is from any package there. So based on the visibility, a dot and public is acceptable. Public access here is the one. So public means you could access that from any place. So a main class is outside animal class. So from any place, public access is allowed. But if I try to access an protected, you get an error. What it says is that visibility is not allowed. It's not visible. So let me comment a dot and package. It is also not visible, so it's error as well. And then of course a dot and private, that's not visible either. So that's the meaning of a for visibility. Only public is accessible. Since the main class is outside animal class, it's not a subclass. So there's no relationship. And then main class and animal class are not in the same folder. So the only access allowed is a public only. But in animal, I define a dog class as a subclass of animal. So dog is a subclass. Then let me open up animal at the same time. So here is a dog. Here is animal. There. So dog is a subclass, so I can have access to a public member directly, of course, public from any place. And as a subclass, I can have a protected member. I can have a direct access to that. But in a package, I have access to that as well. So the definition of a package access is package access protected means it can be accessed from subclass as well. So that's a package mode. And then another one is in private. We have a visibility error which is not visible, so I should comment out. So that's a subclass. Let's have another subclass which is a robot animal, which is a subclass of animal, but that robot animal is in different folder compared to animal. So animal and the robot animal is in different package. In that case, what happens? Let's see that void, or suppose in a method. Of course, I can have access to public. Always public access is allowed. Since this is a subclass, so protected access is allowed. But if I try package access, and package is not allowed. So package access means if two classes are in the same folder, package access is allowed. But in the robot animal and animal are in different folders, so package access is not allowed. But in dog, it is a subclass of animal, but a dog class is in the same folder with the animal, so package access was allowed there. So this is not allowed. Of course, private access is not allowed there. So that's the demonstration of public and protected, and private is not accessible. And then no modifier, that is a package mode. Package mode works as follows. In the same folder with the animal, I've defined the food class. And the food class is not a subclass of animal, so they are unrelated, completely unrelated. So let me create an animal object in the food class so that animal could eat the food, for example. Then a dot public access, for example, that's allowed. The public means from anywhere you can have access to that. A dot and protected access is a protected access means in the same package or as a subclass, but food is another subclass, but food and animal are in the same package, so protected access is allowed. And package there. So package means if they are in the same folder or package or not. So animal and food are in the same folder, so package access is allowed. And private, of course, that's not allowed. We have a visibility error. So that's the demonstration of a for access mode. So unlike C++, the subclass protected has a slightly different meaning. In addition to subclass, a class in the same folder can have access to that. That was demonstrated here between animal and the food. Even if a food is not a subclass, so protected access is allowed because of a Java rule.